And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the next fight of the evening. Introducing first in the cage. He's coming from Brazil. Make some noise for Flavio Pina De Sousa.
We now move to the lightweight division here in EFC. Brazil versus Moldova. Two very experienced fighters here, about to go at it inside the EFC cage. Flavio Pina De Sousa of Brazil, 16-3 as a professional, has spent basically his entire career in his home country of Brazil. Only the second fight outside of South America for him. His last fight was in Africa in March of 2018, and now venturing for the first time here to Europe. His last 7 fights have gone the distance, so he's a fighter that has very good conditioning. He's a fighter that prepares to go the full 15 minutes and can and will if need be. However, earlier in his career, most of his wins did come by knockout or by technical knockout. So I don't know if there was some kind of a shift in his strategy inside the ring, but it's almost like night and day. The first half of his career, basically every fight's ending by technical knockout. And then in the second half of his career, almost all of his victories are coming by way of decision. So however it goes, we're talking about a very experienced MMA fighter. He does fight out of Brazil, so you got to think that he comes from a very strong grappling background and jiu-jitsu background. He is 7 years older than his opponent, 5 centimeters taller than his opponent as well, and is certainly hungry to get his hand raised for the first time here in Europe and for the first time here in Eagles Fighting Championship. This, of course, is a lightweight bout. And coming up later tonight in the main event, we will see the lightweight title up for grabs. I think that this is going to be a very telling contest as far as who perhaps could challenge the winner of that title match later tonight in the future. I believe there's going to be at least 3 Eagles Fighting Championship events next year in 2019. I know that the next event is scheduled for February 16th, 2019. And so that certainly gives the champion plenty of time to recover and get ready, perhaps, for the winner of this contest or another top contender in 2019.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent into the cage. He's coming from Moldova. Make some noise for Valeriu Mircea.
Interesting that Valeriu Mircea of Moldova debuted 4.5 years after De Sousa did, but he's already got more experience. He's younger than him by 7 years. He debuted 4.5 years later, but has much more experience than De Sousa does. He also has a lot better experience as well, too. He's had a couple of fights in Bellator. He's traveled all over the world, in Italy, Switzerland, Austria, here in Moldova. Lots of his wins come by way of submission. He's a very talented grappler on the ground. and has submissions with a number of different techniques. These are not just rear naked choke wins where the guy, he's got ground and pound going, the guy turns his back and he takes the choke. He uses a number of different techniques to finish off his opponents. I believe right now he's actually living and training in Italy, and he trains just outside of Venice. But it's always a thrill for him to be able to come back home here to Moldova and compete in front of his countrymen. We saw him at the last Eagles event, EFC 9, in an absolute brutal knockout victory of Nemet Abrashidov, and is looking to keep that momentum going and continue his climb towards the top of the ladder in the EFC lightweight division.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the blue corner, weighing 71 kilograms, height 1.80 meters, having a personal record of 19 fights, 16 wins and 3 losses. He's fighting for Brazil. Make some noise for Flavio Pina De Sousa. And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the red corner, weighing 71 kilograms, height 1.75 meters, having a personal record of 25 fights, 19 wins, 5 losses and 1 draw. He's fighting for Moldova. Make some noise for Valeriu Mircea. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a lightweight bout on the 71 kilogram, 5 minute, 3 round, 1 extra round MMA rules. Referee in the ring, Dennis Bocacillo.
Fighters, come to the center. You are professionals, you know rules. Protect yourself and listen to my comments. Check your hands. Back to your body. Judge, time. Are you ready? Fight!
Round 1.
Here we go, folks. Lightweight action here at EFC 10. FIAfights.tv is the place to get the live stream. Right hand from De Sousa of Brazil, and a head kick in return from the Moldovan fighter, looking for the takedown and gets it. This one goes to the ground early. And Mircea, the hottest talents on the scene right now from Moldova as far as international success. De Sousa with a left arm over the top, limiting the offense of the Moldovan, pulling the head in tight. Looks very calm. I don't know what Mircea said to him right there. Mircea now readjusts and helps his opponent over to the cage there. Left hand's going in. De Sousa, 32 years old, 7 years older than Mircea. Trying to scoot out of harm's way. Right hand's going in. Pushing his opponent back. Mircea tried to wind up with a big shot. Another quick shot goes in. De Sousa now getting busy off his back. Looked like he was more than comfortable to be in that position once they were more towards the center of the cage, but he doesn't seem to be too comfortable here with his neck kind of cranked there at that uncomfortable angle up against the cage. Trying to scoot back up with his back against the fence, and Mircea drags him back down. Look at the biceps. Look at the muscular definition there in Mircea's body. Obviously in great physical condition for this matchup. He's got his toes entangled in the mesh. Big right hand goes in, may have even actually clipped him with the elbow that time. Mircea controlling the game right now on top. Mircea is a very experienced fighter and a very active fighter. Very busy on the scene. Never really takes a big break from competition. Always looking for the next fight as he goes back down into the guard now of De Sousa. Well, De Sousa, he's trying to get up is what he's trying to do. He's trying to get out of this position, trying to get his back against the cage, get back up to a standing position. He's trying to limit the offense of Mircea, and when he has a chance, he'll strike off his back. But right now, Mircea just too much. Has his opponent pinned down, trying to gain position like that, where he can maybe posture up and drop some bombs on the Brazilian. Whoa! Left elbow that time, a very telling shot. And that maneuver may change the outlook of De Sousa. Big wide base on the legs there momentarily as De Sousa throws a little right hand again off his back. Oh my, big left hand goes in as well. Keep in mind, folks, that this is the MMA branch of Fighting Entertainment Association, FIA, and we will be back on December 8th for FIA Fighting Championships, the kickboxing part of the brand. And then we will be back in February for the next Eagles FC event. Here we go, back up to a standing position. Wow, I think they just tagged each other simultaneously there. And we'll see what these two can do on their feet. Well, he caught him almost in midair, and there's another great throw. This time, De Sousa lands on his feet, and he eats a big right hand there from Mircea. Oh my! These two throwing some serious shots. Look at that left shot. Left hand right to the body, just rocked De Sousa. Whoa! Fireworks at the end of round one. Boy, look at that group. Some of Moldova's finest there at ringside. Taking in the action here. Well, throughout the round there in round number one, saw a lot of grappling, a lot of dominance on top by Valeriu Mircea. And we did see some punches going in on the ground, but it wasn't anything to lose your mind about. But then once they stood up, holy cow, that's when they really started to unload. Take another look at it. Wham! That was a forearm or the outside of the elbow, right upside the jaw. Look at that shot. Right on the neck, actually. Round two coming up.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Fight!
Round two.
Flavio Pina De Sousa of Brazil and Valeriu Mircea of Moldova. Lightweight action here at Eagles 10. Changing looks there is De Sousa. Low kick goes in. Big overhand right that time. That one was from way back. De Sousa changed his mind about the takedown and eats a low kick. Low kick in return. Look at that shot. Good reflexes there from the Brazilian to be able to get out of harm's way and avoid that maneuver and that one as well. Neither one of these guys are one-dimensional. They're very well-rounded fighters. And again, I think that the referee gonna step in here. You gotta keep your hands closed. I've seen it a number of times where you're not trying to punch your opponent even, but you got your hand out there to keep him at bay or to measure your distance, and then you end up poking somebody in the eye. And if you poke him good enough, I've seen the fight even come to an end. There's that big overhand right, one in return there from the Brazilian, neither man scoring. Inside low kick by De Sousa. Still a long way to go in this one, folks. And again, these are two very, very experienced fighters. He got caught coming in. He risked it as he was trying to deliver that Superman punch. De Sousa very calm, watching his opponent, not really going on the offensive. Now he's inching forward a little bit more, but seems like he's content to kind of hang back. Wow, and you can hear the oohing and the awing there from the crowd in attendance here tonight in the Menage Arena. Cracking inside low kick there. You can notice some swelling and some bruising on the inside of the upper part, just above the knee there of Mircea. Big swing and a miss again. Mircea is 5 centimeters shorter than De Sousa. So he is having a little bit of trouble getting inside on his opponent. Seems to be just out of range on a number of those shots, but not on that one. Looking for a leg here. Nice. Goes now into the guard, and De Sousa immediately wraps him up. Overhooks from De Sousa, but Mircea frees his right hand and lands a right hand, continues to move forward. He doesn't mind being in the guard right here. I think his ultimate goal is to just kind of do some damage with ground and pound, and if this is the best position that he can get, then so be it. He doesn't mind at all, and he's having a lot of success striking from this position. Continues to stay active on top, move forward. De Sousa trying to limit those strikes that Mircea can get away with by trying to pin down the arms. Anytime there's an opening, Mircea looking for more strikes. A minute remaining now in round number 2. Well, I think it would be in De Sousa's best interest to do just this, to get back up to his feet and start the striking game again. There it is again. It's like deja vu all over again for Valeriu Mircea. Another beautiful takedown there. Those trips are just flooring De Sousa. Right hand scores. He's doing just enough not to get stood up. He's moving forward, keeping the pressure on, and punching whenever he can. De Sousa now rubbing the hand in the face.
Action!
Referee calling for action, and boy, did he get it. Narrowly missed a right hand there. Well, with a couple of good takedowns in that round and some punches going in on the ground, Mircea was controlling the action whenever it was on the ground. De Sousa perhaps got the better of him in the stand-up. So you can go ahead and base your opinions on that round on that. Let's take another look at it. Wow. One of the most telling shots of the round. A huge overhand right there from Mircea. De Sousa got his licks in too, though. Don't forget about that. And when things did go to the ground, and they did a couple of times after those good takedowns from Mircea, he was very controlling and persistent on the ground. Wham, look at that. All the force of that takedown, and De Sousa landing right on his back, flat on his back in the EFC cage.
Fighters, are you ready? Are you ready? Fight!
Round 3, final round.
Third round here coming up in this very competitive lightweight bout between these two veteran fighters. De Sousa has shown some great striking acumen here in this contest, and I think it would be best for him. Wow, right hand right down the middle that time. Well, he really wound up there with that spinning back fist. He got caught halfway through it, and I'm not sure who got the worst of that one. Didn't quite get all of it with that right hand, but he got enough, and we're back down into this position again. De Sousa again trying to limit the offense, trying to get his back up against the cage and eventually stand this thing back up. But it's taking him a long time to do that, and in the meantime, he's really being controlled, and he's also eating some shots from Mircea, which is going to look a lot better for the Moldovan on the cards. De Sousa's got that left shin and ankle on the inside of the thigh, and now in the open guard, trying to stick that left leg back inside again, trying to keep him as far away from possible. Slowly inching his way back towards the cage again, trying to get back up to his feet, punching when he can. Left hand goes in there from the Moldovan.
Stop! Stand position.
And referee calling for a stand-up. Evidently not enough action on the ground to satisfy referee Dennis Pocatilo, and here we go, back up to a vertical base again, and this is where it really gets interesting, folks. Oh my! This is where it turns into a slugfest. Now the guy afraid to let it all hang out. As you can see, the gloves just bouncing off the cranium of both gentlemen there. And back down onto the canvas. De Sousa right back up to his feet though. And now against the cage, I don't think we've seen this position yet. Action has either been standing up and swinging or down right here. How many takedowns is that now for Valeriu Mircea? He has really been having his way with Flavio Pina De Sousa in the takedown department. And from there, he's really been able to control him on the ground. De Sousa does make it back up to his feet eventually, but it really takes him a while. And in the meantime, Mircea lands shots. Pushing the face right back there, trying to get some more distance. Ooh, he was setting him up there for a little elbow. A lot of times you see guys on top doing that. When the guy on the bottom is trying to hold him close, they try to push the head back and then land a quick little elbow. That time, De Sousa had the same theory, but off of his back. Look, he might be setting him up here. Watch the elbow. Nope, couldn't get it that time. Time slipping away here in this third and final round.
Action!
30 seconds left now. Ooh, he clipped him that time with the left hand. There's that little elbow. De Sousa scrambling now to get to his feet. Slowly working back towards the cage again. Listen to this crowd. He made it to the cage. Time is running out though. Pushing the head down. And that's it. This one goes to the judges. Pavel Zhuravlov, the Glory interim light heavyweight champion, in attendance here tonight as always. With some nice company at ringside, by the way. As we go back and take a look at what happened here. Well, we saw some great striking. Look at that. And then when things did go to the ground, we saw the same situation playing out again and again and again, where Mircea controlling the action on the ground, perhaps landing more strikes. I'm not sure. De Sousa in that third round landed quite a few strikes off his back. De Sousa would slowly but surely make it back up to his feet. We would see more great striking, and then we'd start the process all over again. So how are the judges going to see this one? Well, we'll find out momentarily. Ring announcer Mike Diamonds making his way inside the EFC cage, and we'll get the official announcement here momentarily.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is, by unanimous decision for Valeriu Mircea.
De Sousa shaking his head in approval. Doesn't seem to have any problem with that decision. Mircea gets the victory